Zoe the Psychic, and today we're going to talk about the compatibility between a Capricorn and an Aries Taurus cusp. I am psyched about this one. Also, for those of you who are interested, I know it's been a while since I've posted, so I'll probably give a brief update at the end of this video, so watch until the end to find out. Let's get to it. You and your Capricorn want everything to run smoothly. You're always on the lookout for things that need work, and you both tend to discuss philosophy or religion. It can feel very insecure at times and all over the place. Anxiety can come up when underlying doubts and weaknesses surface. You both can feel exposed, like you see right through each other. That is why it is so important for you to do the emotional and inner work and connect to your emotions. It will be way easier to connect with each other and focus on each other when you are learning side by side. Taking a class together might be a really positive experience for you both. Confidence is key. The more insecure you are, the more unreliable and messy your relationship is. You both like equality and living your best life. You tend to spend more money together. Like, you may have a harder time with boundaries and setting boundaries when it comes to your materialistic values and budgeting with the Capricorn. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a super materialistic couple. No, your connection is more spiritual. Marriage tends to work really well for you in a Capricorn when you have similar family values and a vision. You both want to maintain some authority in your dynamic. So you might compare yourself to your Capricorn. You both are driven and you want to be the best that you can at what you do. And you need to be direct and focused with your Capricorn. It will be more efficient. But that doesn't mean you can't be gentle with them. If you want to feel content with them, tone it down. And remember, it's not about who's better at something. Comparing yourself to a Capricorn will only make you feel insecure. Try not to splurge too much with them or go overboard to impress them. You actually tend to be more conservative as a couple. By that I mean, you're not super wacky and weird. I feel like you both have sort of a conventional existence together. Like, if you were known to be weird, I feel like a Capricorn is going to suppress that side of you more. It's way easier to fit in with them or appear more normal. As friends, you share a deeper connection, but you still manage to remain more grounded. Jealousy can be a huge issue and it can cause a lot of instability, but it can also be motivating. And you both admire each other so much. Recycle your projects. It may actually be more enjoyable for you to do things again instead of like going out and trying something new every night. Like, do things again that you've already tried, that you've enjoyed. If it worked before, it might work again. You know, if you really liked taking this one class together, instead of trying to go out and find a new class, try taking it again and getting a whole different experience because you liked it. You know what I mean? So that's it. This is interesting because a lot of Zodiac couples do not do well like this. They're like, they don't want to recycle. They really need to ignite the spark by going out and really pushing themselves further, right? But there's a sense of comfort for you guys, and I really love that and appreciate that because you can make light and happiness out of things you've already done before. You don't need to like constantly be thinking outside of the box to be happy together. Find what you love to do with them and stick with it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel with your Capricorn. It's easy to stew over things in your relationship, but that's toxic, you know, and it can fester. You need to come clean about it. Don't let it poison your relationship, okay? Avoid giving your Capricorn the silent treatment. You can be very stubborn sometimes. Don't let your ego get in the way. A Capricorn will enhance your earthy Taurus energy, which also means that you can get in a rut and things can feel stuck. That is not ideal, so you guys can learn to recognize when it's happening and then dig yourselves out of it. That would be great. You both respect each other very deeply, and you don't want any of the negativity that you experience as a couple to affect your family. And you do a pretty good job at trying to enforce that. That means that even though you both have pretty powerful personalities, right? The cusp of power. Even though you both have very powerful personalities, you don't want to mess with things, so you're able to not clash. You actually don't have that many power struggles as you would think, because these are very strong signs. These signs are very powerful, and when they're together, you would think that they would go head to head, right? But no, they don't usually. They're usually they care more about not doing that and it just, I don't know, it kind of cancels out. Plus, you both care so deeply for each other and you just want each other to be happy. This is a very fulfilling relationship. However, it doesn't mean it's simple. In fact, it can be pretty complicated. There are still secrets and mysteries to unravel, and there are layers to uncover. It's profound. It has so many layers. Money isn't everything, and just because you both want financial stability doesn't mean you're greedy. Work through your limiting beliefs around money, and when you're having issues with control or authority in your relationship or the roles in your relationship, don't make it everyone else's problem. Keep it to yourself. Because a Capricorn is going to be amazing. Well, they could make a beautiful partner for you. You often end up growing old together and having a family. As an Aries Taurus cusp, you want desperately for your Capricorn to open up and be emotional. Who's calling me? Oh, shit, I gotta take this. Okay, I am back and it's already nighttime out, so I'm sorry for the lighting. As an Aries Taurus, you desperately want for your Capricorn to open up and be more emotional. You're able to talk about emotional things with them, but they aren't really involved in it. Your Capricorn might have a lot of insecurities that you bring up. So like, they might think that they're not worthy or not good enough. They can be very picky about their love life and are more pragmatic, but you're both really dominant. And together, your relationship is very powerful. You might want your Capricorn to be more understanding of you or empathize with you more, but yikes. As friends, you make great travel companions. Your insecurities can be magnified while dating a Capricorn. Jealousy can be a big problem, and either one of you can come across as cold, but also you can both lack confidence and security, and your Capricorn's lack of kindness or compassion towards you might bother you a lot. You want your feelings to be validated, and them not doing that can cause you to want to take more space away from them or cause emotional outbursts over time. Your Capricorn has to separate business with pleasure for work. They can't be working while spending time with you. This is so important, okay? You both need to be available and affectionate with each other for this to work. Your home that you live in can also make or break your relationship, believe it or not. You both have very powerful auras that need space from one another from time to time. So sharing a studio apartment with them might not work out. During the pandemic, I am sure so many Capricorns and Aries Taurus cusps broke up because of this problem, because they had to live together and they were kind of forced in close proximity all the time, and it just did not work out. So when you move in, you have to make sure that your living situation is the right fit. When you break up with them as friends, it can be very devastating. Almost as devastating as like a romantic relationship breakup. Like, they tear your heart apart with their friendship breakups. You care so deeply for each other as friends, and it's so difficult. Now, if you do let that power that you both have compete and you start comparing to each other and you have these power struggles, it will cause a lot of pain for you and your Capricorn. But luckily, you both can work through it, and it's something that you can resolve. If you both break up while you're in a romantic relationship, on good terms, then you tend to stay friends as exes. And you often hang out with each other over time as friends. Your relationship is pretty normal. It's not too extreme or progressive, but it's also not too reserved. Like, it's right there in that sweet spot. You both might appear to be a pretty average couple, even if, though, on the inside, it's like a twin flame. This is my soulmate. We love each other, and we've seen each other in a past life kind of thing. Even if that's going on, yeah, you might appear to the rest of the world like a regular, like, conventional relationship. It can feel like an out-of-body, out-of-soul relationship connection. So you could be twin flames, soulmates. I'm serious. You both tend to be into each other on a different level. You tend to share a lot with the Capricorn, and even if something seems like really insignificant, don't ignore it, because you and your Capricorn don't always work through these small problems, and they tend to intensify over time and then blow up or explode. So don't ignore the tiny things. You both tend to have your own friendship circles and social lives, and you tend to keep work very separate. You're both pretty independent, and you're good at taking care of your own selves. And while you may not be happy about the fact that your Capricorn isn't as emotionally available as you, you also aren't the kind of sign that needs emotional availability from them 24/7. Like, you don't need them to constantly dote on you and express their love to you. Like, that's not something you need. You tend to be a pretty, like, grounded sign in itself. You tend to be an individual, independent. Like, you don't need their constant validation. I'm not saying that, but I do feel like the times that you do need it may feel off. You don't need them to shower you with affection and adoration and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. You're not that kind of sign. You know the actions speak louder than words, and you trust, you are the mountain, and you're not as needy. You don't feel like, you are always craving love and attention, but I do feel like you shouldn't discount the fact that you deserve love. And the thing is, it also means that often you don't ask for their love. You expect them to know what you need and to give it to you. To you, it might be common sense or just might make a lot of sense. When you have kids together, your kids often see that power dynamic shift, and this can be traumatic for them. As friends, you still have to deal with challenges and struggles, and it can be pretty messy. Now, as an Aries Taurus cusp, you do need a certain level of consistent affection. Like I said, you don't need constant validation, but you do need it to be consistent. You do need your love to be consistent and feel it every day. Your Capricorn can be so caring, don't get me wrong, but it isn't always consistent. And they tend to do like a romantic gesture when they are super romantic. They do like one big romantic gesture or like little romantic gestures, but what you need is you need it like every day, like a little bit, Whereas you don't necessarily need a grand romantic gesture. So this can cause issues for you. You often are friends first before you date. You both know how to hurt each other, and you hold on to wounds. Neither one of you is great at letting go and forgiving the past issues. On top of that, you tend to judge each other or nitpick. Your relationship can struggle to keep up its passionate and charming side. Over time, it can lose its spark. The spark can flicker out over and over again, which means that you both will have to spice up your relationship over and over again too, and work hard to keep that flame alive. If not, you tend to get very routinely and practical, because you both tend to start out as very sexually compatible. Like, this is a very sexual couple, especially at first. And then the passion kind of dies down, and you can actually stop having sex as time goes on. That doesn't mean that it will be doomed and that you can never get the passion back. But like I said, you have to keep working for it. You have to keep that flame alive, and it does require effort. Gotta keep things spicy. Now, divorces between you two would be brutal. Like I said, if you end up for some reason being on good terms at the end. You end up being friends, but most of the time, divorces between these two signs are really hard, really difficult, and your kids tend to get swept up in the drama. They might feel like they have to choose, like pick a side, and that is not good. That is not fun for kids to do. You both need to have something to offer. And so you have to ask yourself, what are you getting out of this relationship? I mean, ulterior motives may be a good thing in your case. Or you might lose interest with each other over time. Relationships with a Capricorn tend to last a while. Even just flings or affairs. It's sensual and erotic, and you both turn each other on. You both are good at being prepared as a unit. And you love to discuss profound topics and philosophy. You're steamy and very passionate in the bedroom. Your kids can see you as too much because you have plans. You have big plans for your kids when you have them. Like, you're the kind of parents that are like, I want my kid to be a lawyer, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sign them up for this and that, and we're gonna be super strict to make sure they get this done or they follow the rules. Like, you can be overbearing parents. At least that's how your kids can feel. And your kids may not appreciate all that you do for them. This is going to cause some household tension. So these are things to be aware of if you have kids together. In a healthy, committed relationship with a Capricorn, you can work through anything. It's important to discuss expectations and roles in your marriage. You both have high standards, and that matters when you're friends with each other too. You can be old-fashioned and traditional and not in the best way, but you also aren't the best at keeping up with each other and being there for each other when you both need it. And you might be too demanding of each other as well. So this has its highs and lows, but like I said, there's soulmate energy, twin flame energy. This is like a very powerful relationship when it's good, and it can be tricky at times. It does require effort, but most relationships that are really great require hard work. So I like it. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. All right, so let me just quickly give you a backdrop of stuff because it's been 3 weeks. I post every week, and so this is like the first time in a while that I have not posted for that long. So as you know, I schedule my videos. That's why you'll often see me wearing like the same hair or the same background. I haven't really had a lot of time lately, so I'm doing my best to get all these videos together and do my research for you. I recently found out that I am autistic, so it's also explained so much to me about my work ethic and like how I can be better about it. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am on TikTok now, so I have a TikTok account, Zoe the Psychic, same deal. And I talk a lot about, it's not necessarily about astrology, although I have reviewed or recapped some reality shows. So if you watch like The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, sometimes I talk about their Zodiac analysis, but other than that, it's just like a lot of little readings and education on psychic stuff. So if you're interested in all that, please tune into that and support me because it's a whole learning curve for me, but I'm so excited about it. And also, I just wanted to ask like what's going on with you guys because I haven't for a while. I'm thinking of doing more live videos because I feel like interacting with you guys is really powerful and really special. So let me know if you think that, you know, live streams are something you'd be interested in watching, where we actually talk in person about certain topics, including astrology or psychic stuff. Life has been messy. But I guess that's a good thing. Embrace the chaos, right? Anyway, I'm so excited now that I'm planning a lot of new content for you guys because there's going to be some great videos coming up that I think you guys will really enjoy. And I know I've got a lot of questions about Capricorns, Pisces, Aquarius, and the rest of the cusp signs. Keep in mind, I'm going to be doing all of them. I'm doing all the compatibilities. So right now we're starting Capricorn. Exciting, exciting.